Thank you so much for volunteering to proctor for our Milestones test. Each of our testing rooms must have a proctor, and we truly appreciate your willingness to help in this way. During this training, we will review the Georgia Milestones end of grade testing, taking the test online, and Proctor Responsibilities. Students in grades 3 through 5 will take the English Language Arts and Math tests. Students in 5th grade will also take the Science and Social Studies tests. This slide shows the minimum and maximum times allowed for each test session. Teachers will keep time and will write the beginning time, ending time, and remaining time on the board for students to see. Students must be given the minimum time for testing, so the testing session cannot end before this minimum time. These times do not include additional time provided for students with accommodations. These are the testing dates. Please notice that we will be testing only one section each day for English Language Arts and Math. We will be testing both sections of Science and Social Studies on those testing days. For each testing section, students will receive an individual test ticket. This test ticket will have the student's name and login information. The test ticket is a secure document and must be collected at the end of each test section. Teachers will have students sign their test tickets during the directions section of the test. Students may use the test ticket as scratch paper, but they will also be given scratch paper. In addition to each student's test ticket, the teacher will have a student test roster which contains a list of student names and login information. Some students may need assistance logging in. Teachers and proctors are allowed to help students log in to the platform. This slide shows the format of Section 1 of the ELA test. Notice that the left side of the screen has the reading passage and operates independently from the writing task on the right side. Students will be trained on the format of this test prior to testing, but teachers and proctors are allowed to remind students where to type their answers and how to navigate through the test. Teachers and proctors cannot read anything for students or help them with any portion of the test. You may only assist them with technology issues. After students are logged into the test, and a student has a problem, the proctor should silently get the teacher to come assist the student. The proctor will be the witness. This slide is for question 5 on ELA section 1, which is the long writing task. Notice how to turn pages on the left side, how to enlarge the writer's checklist on the right side, and where students are to type their answers. Again, students will be trained on this format before the test, but proctors should also be familiar. As mentioned before, if a student has questions after they are logged in, the proctor should silently get the teacher to assist the student while the proctor witnesses. Students will be instructed by their teachers not to end test until the minimum time has elapsed. This will ensure that students have the required time for the test. Students will be encouraged to go back and check their answers. However, some students may not follow directions and may end their test before the minimum time. Teachers will write this incident on their papers, but that student's test will be submitted when they click End Test. Students who finish early but have not submitted will need to move their mouse every 15 minutes to ensure that the tests do not log the student out. After 20 minutes of an activity, the testing software will automatically log the student out. They will have to log back in with their test ticket information in order to end and submit the test. If a student is logged out, their testing data is not lost. Students must submit in order to correctly close out a test. Teachers are given a list of students with testing accommodations and are trained on these accommodations. Remember that all testing and student information is confidential, including accommodations. No information should be shared with anyone. Cell phones, smartwatches, and Fitbits are not allowed in the testing rooms. We will have a Ziploc bag for each classroom to place any electronic devices from students, teachers, and proctors. We will also place book bags outside of classroom in the hallway when testing. The next 3 slides show the proctor responsibilities. You will also be given a paper copy where you sign that you understand your responsibilities prior to testing. Thank you for helping us. We greatly appreciate your willingness to volunteer. Please arrive at the school no later than 7:30 each morning in order for us to be ready to begin testing by 8 o'clock. You will need to sign in and then go to testing room. If you are unable to proctor for any of your assigned days, please let me know as soon as possible. You can call the school or text me on my cell. Please do not hesitate to call me if you have any questions or concerns.